on to all of my Virgos. So please make sure to get the book Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link to that is in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as prices are in the description box below as usual. Sorry about that. I was checking something out, checking out my computer. So this is for Virgos, right? So the cards that I come up with are the Five of Swords, Two of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands, the King of Swords, the Judgment. Wow. Okay. And they're the same person. The Emperor, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here for the Virgos, very interesting. As I'm wearing my fine lavender cologne. Anyway, so what I'm seeing here for the Virgos, right, is I'm seeing how a lot of you Virgos are in a situation where you and someone didn't necessarily see eye to eye. The two, you and this person, seems to every time the two of y'all try to get together, make some sort of an agreement between yourselves and this person, things didn't go out. Things didn't go the way that you wanted it to. You want some form of peace. They always come in with some thinking that they're too cool for school. They too smart, trying to figure out what are the two of y'all so that they can basically disrespect the constitution of the bond or the agreement that the two of you had. So in other words, they just hang around you every time so that they could sabotage. Goofy. Game goofy. So the Eight of Wands and the King of Swords, right? The Eight of Wands and the King of Swords represents how you tell them the real, right? Eight of Wands. They trying to essentially make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. Game goofy. And the reason why I'm saying that game goofy is because the goofy stuff that they doing is game goofy. You know what I mean? It's what are they doing this stuff for? Because at the end of the day, this is what they think is amusing. This is what's fly. This is what's chic. Right? You know, chic, trendy, you know, to sabotage people whom is good to you. How much of a loser do you have to be to say to yourselves, right? I'm not saying you Virgos, I'm saying in general, right? How much of a loser does a person have to be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disrespect and sabotage somebody who has my back. And that makes sense to you? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Right? So you have the Judgment. So the Judgment now, that's my cat. The Judgment is about like you putting a judgment on them. You're like, you know, you really want to play this game. It is what it is because you game goofy. And the Emperor and the Ace of Cups represents how this person is talking. You know, this person is talking about how, you know, if you treated them well, you know what I mean? Maybe they would treat you right back. All of that stuff, my dear Virgos, is nothing but game. It's trickery, right? It's game in a sense of trickery, not wisdom game, but like trickery, right? Because either decency is in you or decency is not in you. Either decency is in you or decency is not in you. Like you don't turn it off and turn it on. You understand what I'm saying? For the right person, you know, you show everyone decency until they show you disrespect, and then you stay away from them. Or if they're really coming to do something to hurt you, then you defend yourself. But you still maintain a certain level of decency even then. But at the same time, come on. You know what I mean? This whole idea that you could be cool for the right one, it's disingenuous. At best, it's disingenuous. At worst, it should signal huge red flags. Because at the end of the day, you know, for the right person, I'll know how to act right. Come on. You should know how to act right based upon being an adult. So the things that the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant represents, there's no need for you to lay it into them. There's no need for you to rip it to them, because it's going to become more about you ripping it to them than it is about you telling the truth, standing on your square and going about your business. You just remain to be centered, but also be meditative and know what you're doing, okay? And don't get sidetracked by the game goofy stuff that they're doing. Let's clarify the Emperor. You have the Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups. This represents how a lot of you Virgos, they're trying to play it off as if you're so alone. This is why nobody wants to hang out with you, i.e. the Hermit. But that's not necessarily true, right? The Six of Pentacles, they did so much for you, or they could do so much for you. And if you acted right, they would be, you know, they would treat you, they would treat you right. Blah, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I've had many of people tell that to me too, a lot of the people who, a lot of the people who don't understand me, ain't trying to take the time to understand me as a Virgo at all, ain't even as so much as ask me, how was my day? Go ahead and really try to psycho psychoanalyze what I got going on. You super disrespectful, Kareem. You very disrespectful. That's the reason why it is that people don't want to come to you. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, so why do they? Oh, I thought you were someone who was so approachable or whatnot, and you ended up being disrespectful. Yeah, because you said that I wasn't worth crap. I was in the middle of, right? I was in the middle of my reading and you said I wasn't worth crap out of nowhere, because I was asking you questions about a relationship that you wanted to know, because you deliberately chose to be in a relationship with a toxic person. And you really playing this game like you getting mad at me for not going along with the narrative that toxic relationships is what's cool and chic. You a weirdo. And then they get mad, right? So they're weird. They're game goofy. You know what I'm saying? They're game goofy. So let's clarify the Hierophant. You know, if they get hurt, if you call them game goofy, then they're game goofy. The Hermit, I was just talking about the Hermit. The High Priestess, the Judgment. So the Hermit is the same thing that I was saying, how a lot of times people think, oh, well, you're the Hermit because of X, Y, and Z. No, you're the Hermit for choice. And you have lots of people around you. Then you have the High Priestess and the Judgment. It's all just meant for them to try to inflict self-doubt to you, right? You understand what I'm saying? And then the Judgment represents what they don't like is the fact that you judge them, and they ended up being, right? You already got the Judgment in the main board, but you judged them. And you saw through their BS and they don't like it. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Good staying away from weirdos. A lot of people out here are game goofy. Keep your energy intact. Peace.